You have to fulfill your personal assignment. You cannot do someone else's assignment. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Stephanie Hill Nchege, licensed therapist, business mindset coach. Now let's jump into it. All right. So, have you ever done the wrong assignment? I want you to think back to your high school days or your college days. And I want you to think about, remember maybe being in class. And for some reason, usually it was math class for me, right? And you accidentally do the wrong assignment. Somehow you get the page numbers wrong, or you mix up today's assignment for next week. I remember absolutely hating when that happened. You know, sometimes the teacher would count it, sometimes they wouldn't, right? In life, we have to make sure, especially when we're building kingdom businesses, we have to make sure that we're doing the assignment that's been assigned to us. We cannot do the wrong assignment. Not only that, but what it really boils down to is that when you do the wrong assignment, you're actually doing somebody else's assignment. Let that sink in for just a moment. The wrong assignment means you're doing someone else's assignment. And that never works out too well. It just doesn't. You know, you might initially have some success. You might make a little money, right? But what usually attaches is a lack of fulfillment. Then there are others, when they're doing the wrong assignment, they start to hit walls really quickly, and you start to feel frustrated. And then when you start to feel frustrated, you start to do the comparison game. And then the comparison game has you now questioning God. And then you start to feel some sort of way about God and his goodness, right? Until you're all wrapped up of self-doubt and fear. So how do you make sure that you're on the correct assignment? How do you make sure that you didn't write down the wrong page numbers? I'm going to give you 3 steps that helped me, right? So the first step is write down the vision assignment that he gave you. Y'all know the scripture, Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision and make it plain. He that reads it will run, right? So write it down. It didn't have to be a long, drawn out, the whole plan, but write down the vision. Keep it in front of you. Put it on your screensaver. Put it in the bathroom. Put it in your car on a lanyard. Write it down and keep reading it. This will help you to keep on the right path when you read it daily. So write it down. All right. Step number 2, get you an anchor scripture. What do I mean by that? I mean, when God gives you the vision, then ask him for a word, his word. Ask him to let you hear that scripture that is to anchor you. What's going to happen is that foundational scripture will course correct you if you get off into somebody else's assignment. It'll get you back on the path, right? I remember when my husband and I first started out some 20 years ago, building our first business. God gave him this word, and it was over in Psalm. And every single time, y'all, in that 20 plus year period, anytime we had those ebbs, right? Anytime things started to really dip, we would grab our anchor scripture and we would give it back to God. And that anchor scripture is just what it sounds like. It anchors you and it doesn't allow you to drift off the path, right? It doesn't allow you to drift into someone else's assignment. So get your anchor scripture. Number 3, take action. Identify what you can do right now and do that. You might not have all the pieces. You might not have all the plans, right, written out, but identify a few simple steps that you can do right now. See, when you're on your assignment and you start to take your steps, God will always meet you with his provision. Recently, I had this vision to create a product that would be manufactured, right? This is a vision God gave me. And y'all should have seen my initial concept design, right? I literally took construction paper and mapped it out. That's what I did. I outlined it with construction paper. I shared it with a graphic designer. I was so embarrassed. That was all I had. But I took action on what I had, right? I was so embarrassed, but it was my assignment. And when I took that action with the graphic designer, he was actually able to conceptualize it and then start to do what it is he needed to do. And God just kept putting the provisions in place. He kept giving me the mentors, the consultants, the project manager, right? He kept making a way because it was my assignment. It wasn't an easy assignment, but it was my assignment. God always shows up with the provisions when you're doing your assignment, right? The other thing I did is I shared the vision with my inner circle. That would be my 4th step if I were going to give you a bonus. To share it with your inner circle, those people that you can trust, those people that when things get hard, they can help guide you back on the path, help you to not get into somebody else's assignment, help you to not throw in the towel, pray you through, right? So that inner circle, I would share with them until now. As we speak, I have a beautiful sample of that product, and it is being manufactured because it's my assignment. I'm not trying to fulfill somebody else's assignment. I want to say this to you. I know what it's like to have to course correct. I know what it's like to feel like you're spinning your wheels. I know what it's like to self-doubt. But I also know what it's like to be completely clear on your assignment and know with complete certainty that this assignment is the one that God purposed for you. And it's his design that is going to help you make impact on those that he wants you to serve. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do a little self-evaluation, a little introspection. And if perhaps you've unintentionally been doing the wrong assignment, because it happens, then I want you to think about, I'm doing somebody else's work. I'm doing somebody else's assignment. And I want you to know that you can still get on the right page. Use these 3 steps that I shared with you, and they will help you to get on the right page, the right assignment. I'm Stephanie Hill Nchege, licensed therapist and business mindset coach, where we help kingdom-minded entrepreneurs heal their thought life and build profitable businesses that glorify God. Make sure you like and subscribe.